There's a common food sitting on the supermarket shelf that most people overlook. But it could completely change the way your body ages. And no, it's not chia seeds, quinoa, or any of the superfoods trending online. It's a nutritional powerhouse that helps fight one of the most insidious enemies of aging, muscle loss. Or sarcopenia. After age 40, the body begins to lose about 1% of its muscle mass each year. And that number accelerates after age 60. Even if you eat healthily and exercise regularly, your strength, balance, and mobility still decline silently. This affects not only your physical fitness, but also your brain, your metabolism, and your longevity. As your muscles weaken, your body produces fewer protective molecules like irisin and BDNF, which help keep your brain sharp and your metabolism running smoothly. So maintaining muscle isn't just about staying strong. It's about staying young at the cellular level. And surprisingly, there's a natural food that can reverse this process, helping your body recover and rebuild muscle stronger than ever. 1. The science of muscle loss. After you hit your 30s, something subtle but powerful starts happening inside your body. Your muscles stop responding the way they used to. You could be eating well, staying active, even lifting weights, but the results just aren't the same. This is what scientists call anabolic resistance. And it's one of the biggest reasons people lose strength, energy, and independence as they get older. When you were younger, eating a chicken breast or a serving of beans could easily trigger muscle growth. But after 40 or 50, that same meal doesn't send the same build muscle signal anymore. Studies from the University of Arkansas and McMaster University found that by age 50, your muscles respond at only about half the strength they did in your 20s. Even with the same diet and exercise routine, the body becomes less sensitive to amino acids, especially leucine, the key nutrient that tells your body it's time to build muscle. But the problem runs deeper than nutrition. Muscle loss isn't just about eating less protein. It's also about how your nervous system and cells communicate. As you age, the motor neurons that connect your brain to your muscles begin to deteriorate. These neurons are like messengers, telling your muscles when to move, contract, or grow. When they weaken or die off, your muscles receive fewer growth signals, making it harder to maintain strength even if you stay active. At the same time, the mitochondria, the little power plants inside your muscle cells, start to lose efficiency. They produce less energy, meaning your muscles tire faster, recover slower, and are more prone to inflammation and weakness. And that's not all. When muscle mass drops, it affects much more than just your strength or appearance. Low muscle tissue disrupts blood sugar control, putting you at higher risk for insulin resistance and fatigue. It also weakens bone density, increasing the risk of fractures and joint pain. But perhaps most importantly, it reduces the production of myokinase, tiny proteins that act like chemical messengers between your muscles, brain, and immune system. One of the most powerful of these is irisin, which helps boost BDNF, a compound that protects your brain cells, supports learning and memory, and even stabilizes mood. So when your muscles start shrinking, it's not just about losing strength. It's about losing one of the body's most important defense systems. Your muscles are more than tissue. They're an organ that communicates with your brain, your metabolism, and your immune system. That's why scientists now call muscle the organ of longevity. And understanding how anabolic resistance works is the first step toward reversing it. Because the good news is, with the right nutrition and a few key habits, your muscles can still respond, rebuild, and grow stronger, no matter your age. 2. Why protein quality matters more than quantity. Most people think that building muscle after 50 is all about eating more protein. They load up on shakes, powders, or so-called superfoods like chia seeds, thinking quantity alone will do the job. But here's the truth, it's not about how much protein you eat. It's about how well your body can use it. You could be eating plenty, but if the protein quality is low, your muscles simply don't get the message to grow. Think of protein like a language your body understands. Each protein source is made up of amino acids, the words that form that language. Some words are strong and clear, sending a powerful signal to your muscles to repair and rebuild. Others are weak, and your body barely listens. The difference between maintaining strong, youthful muscles and losing them often comes down to the clarity of that signal. One amino acid in particular acts as the loudspeaker for muscle growth, leucine. Scientists call it the on switch for muscle protein synthesis, MPS, which is the process that builds new muscle tissue. Leucine activates a pathway in your body called mTOR, the master controller for muscle repair. Without enough leucine, it doesn't matter how much total protein you eat. Your muscles won't respond the way they should. Research shows that a single meal needs at least 2.5 to 3 grams of leucine to turn on MPS effectively. That's where most plant-based proteins fall short. Foods like chia, flax, or hemp might sound healthy, but they simply don't contain enough of the right amino acids, especially leucine, lysine, and methionine, to trigger muscle growth in older adults. On the other hand, foods like eggs, whey protein, lean meats, and even dairy are packed with high-quality, complete proteins. These foods contain all 9 essential amino acids your body can't make on its own. And they're rich in leucine, making up about 10% of their total amino acid content. That means they send a clear and powerful build muscle message every time you eat them. Not only that, but these proteins are also absorbed quickly, which is crucial for older adults dealing with slower digestion and anabolic resistance. Just one serving of a high leucine food can keep muscle protein synthesis elevated for several hours, especially when eaten after physical activity or before bed, when the body goes into repair mode. So while chia seeds and trendy plant powders might look good on paper, your body needs more than hype. It needs effective fuel. The real secret isn't stuffing yourself with more protein, but choosing the kind that speaks your body's language loud and clear. And when you do that, you're not just eating to survive. You're eating to stay strong, vibrant, and independent for years to come. 3. The underrated power of eggs. If there's one food that truly stands out when it comes to fighting muscle loss, it's not chia seeds, not hemp, not any expensive powder on the shelf. It's eggs. Simple, affordable, and packed with the exact nutrients your body needs to stay strong as you age. Most people think of eggs as just a breakfast food, but in reality they're one of the most powerful tools you can use to fight sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle. Unlike chia seeds or plant-based superfoods, eggs contain the complete spectrum of essential amino acids and in nearly perfect ratios for the human body. This means every bite sends a strong, clear signal to your muscles that it's time to repair, rebuild, and grow. Research from the University of Illinois and Texas A&M has proven just how powerful this little food is. In one study, participants who ate whole eggs after resistance training saw a 40% higher increase in muscle protein synthesis compared to those who only ate egg whites. That's because the yolk isn't just fat. It's where most of the magic happens. The yolk contains phospholipids, choline, cholesterol, vitamin D and vitamin B12, all key nutrients that support your body's anabolic or muscle-building response. Within just 90 minutes of eating eggs, leucine levels in your blood rise above the threshold needed to switch on muscle repair and growth through the mTOR pathway. And here's something that surprises a lot of people. The cholesterol in eggs isn't your enemy. For decades, people were told to avoid it. But now we know that dietary cholesterol actually plays a crucial role in hormone production and cell repair. It supports anabolic signaling, helping your body respond better to nutrients and physical activity. In fact, studies show that adults over 55 who ate 2 whole eggs daily for 12 weeks increased their lean muscle mass and leg strength, even without changing their exercise routine. That's how effective this food can be. Of course, chia seeds have their place. They're good for fiber and plant-based omega-3s. But when it comes to building and preserving muscle, eggs speak the body's language loud and clear. They provide the ideal balance of amino acids, healthy fats, and vitamins that older adults need to maintain strength, energy, and mobility. So the next time someone talks about the latest superfood, just remember, sometimes the most powerful solutions are the simplest ones. The humble egg has been here all along, quietly doing what trendy health foods can't, helping you rebuild your body from the inside out. 4. The role of timing when you eat. Most people think building muscle is only about what you eat. But when you eat is just as important. Especially as you get older. Timing can completely change how your body uses protein to repair and grow muscle. Your body runs on something called a circadian rhythm, a 24-hour internal clock that controls everything from your sleep cycle to your metabolism. And believe it or not, muscle protein synthesis, the process that rebuilds and strengthens muscle fibers, also follows this rhythm. That means there are specific times during the day when your body is naturally primed to build and recover. And other times when it's not as responsive. Learning how to work with that rhythm instead of against it can make a massive difference in how strong and energetic you feel. No matter your age. For example, one of the most overlooked times for muscle recovery happens at night. When you sleep, your body enters its deepest recovery mode. Hormones like growth hormone and testosterone, both critical for muscle repair, reach their peak levels. But here's the problem. If you go to bed without enough high-quality protein in your system, your body doesn't have the raw materials it needs to rebuild. That's why eating a slow-digesting protein before sleep can be a game-changer. Research shows that consuming around 40 grams of slow-digesting protein before bed can boost muscle protein synthesis by up to 22% in older adults. Foods like eggs, Greek yogurt, or cottage cheese digest slowly, releasing amino acids throughout the night to keep your muscles fed while you rest. You're essentially turning your sleep into an 8-hour muscle recovery session. The morning is another key window. Starting your day with a protein-rich breakfast helps stabilize blood sugar, reduce cravings, and kick-start your metabolism. It also prevents your body from breaking down muscle tissue after a long night of fasting. Something as simple as having eggs in the morning can help signal your body to stay in an anabolic or muscle-building state instead of slipping into muscle breakdown. And of course, right after exercise is one of the best times to feed your muscles. Within about 60 minutes of finishing a workout or even light physical activity, your muscles are like sponges. They absorb amino acids and nutrients at a much higher rate. That's when a fast-absorbing protein source like eggs or whey can really make a difference. So if you want to get the most out of your meals, think of your protein intake as a rhythm. Morning to wake up your body, post-workout to refuel, and before bed to recover. It's not just about cramming in more protein. It's about giving your body what it needs when it needs it most. And once you start syncing your meals with your body's natural rhythm, you'll notice something incredible: more strength, better energy, deeper sleep, and a body that feels years younger. 5. The brain-muscle connection. Building muscle isn't just about lifting weights or eating the right foods. It's also deeply connected to your brain. Most people think strength is purely physical. But the truth is, it starts in your nervous system. Every movement, every repetition, every time you challenge your body, you're not just training your muscles. You're training your brain to communicate better with them. Your muscles don't move on their own. They respond to electrical signals sent from your brain through a network of nerves. When those signals are strong and clear, your body moves with power, balance, and coordination. But as we age, this connection begins to fade. The messages from your brain to your muscles become weaker, slower, and less precise. That's one reason older adults experience not only muscle loss, but also issues like poor balance, slower reflexes, and fatigue. The good news? You can retrain that connection. And it's easier than you think. Every time you perform resistance training or even simple strength exercises, you're strengthening that brain-muscle communication. You're teaching your nervous system to fire more efficiently. Over time, this improves how your muscles respond, helping you move more easily and with greater confidence. Scientists call this neuromuscular adaptation, and it's one of the most powerful ways to fight both physical and mental aging. What's truly amazing is that this connection doesn't just make you stronger. It also makes you smarter. Multiple studies have shown that resistance training boosts memory, focus, and executive function, the mental skills that help you plan, think clearly, and make decisions. How's that possible? The secret lies in tiny proteins called myokines, natural chemical messengers, released by your muscles when you move. One of these, called irisin, travels to the brain and stimulates the production of BDNF, or brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Think of BDNF as fertilizer for your brain cells. It helps grow new neurons, protects existing ones, and improves communication between brain regions. Higher BDNF levels have been linked to sharper memory, better mood, and even protection against diseases like Alzheimer's. So, when you work your muscles, you're literally helping your brain grow stronger and stay younger. That's why regular movement, especially strength training, is so much more than exercise. It's therapy for both your body and your mind. You're building not only physical resilience, but also mental clarity, emotional stability, and confidence. Each squat, push-up, or lightweight session is like sending a powerful reminder to your brain, I'm still here. I'm still strong, and I'm not slowing down. So, remember, when you train your body, you're also training your mind. And that's one of the most life-changing things you can do for yourself at any age. 6. Putting it all together, a daily blueprint. Now that you understand the key pieces, protein, timing, movement, and the brain-muscle connection, it's time to put it all together into something real. Because knowledge is powerful, but action is what changes your life. If you're over 60 and want to reduce muscle loss by as much as 50%, it doesn't take complicated supplements or extreme workouts. It's about creating a simple, balanced daily rhythm that supports your body's natural strength cycle. Start your day by feeding your muscles right. A breakfast of 2 or 3 eggs paired with some complex carbs like oats or fresh fruit gives you steady energy and a powerful protein boost to jumpstart muscle synthesis. This morning protein sets the tone for your metabolism, keeping your blood sugar steady and your mind clear. In the afternoon, focus on a protein-rich lunch, maybe chicken, fish, or legumes, along with plenty of colorful vegetables and enough water to stay hydrated. Hydration might sound simple, but your muscles are made of nearly 75% water, and even mild dehydration can reduce performance and slow recovery. Later in the evening, end your day with another dose of protein. It could be fish, dairy, or egg, followed by a slow-digesting protein before bed like cottage cheese or Greek yogurt. This helps feed your muscles overnight when your body is in its deepest recovery phase, rebuilding and repairing tissue while you sleep. But nutrition is only half the story. Movement is the second pillar of your daily blueprint. You don't need heavy weights or a fancy gym. Consistency is what matters most. Training just 3 times a week, even with simple bodyweight exercises like squats, wall push-ups, or chair stands, can make a remarkable difference. The key is focus. As you move, pay attention to the muscles you're working. This mindful awareness, what scientists call motor-focused coupling, can actually improve your strength gains by up to 13%, even if you don't increase your load. In other words, the more connected your mind is to your movement, the better your results will be. When you combine all these habits, high-quality protein, proper timing, consistent resistance training, restful sleep, and mindful focus, you create something I like to call a youth maintenance loop. It's a cycle that keeps your metabolism active, your hormones balanced, and your brain youthful. Every meal, every workout, every good night's sleep builds on the next, reinforcing your strength from the inside out. And the beauty of it all, it's never too late to start. Whether you're 60, 70, or beyond, your body still has the incredible ability to grow, repair, and thrive. All it needs is the right care, consistency, and intention. So here's the truth: you don't need expensive powders, trendy superfoods, or miracle supplements to fight muscle loss. What your body truly needs is nourishment, movement, and consistency. Something as simple as eating eggs, timing your protein right, and staying active can completely change how you age. Sarcopenia doesn't have to define your later years. You can stay strong, independent, and full of life starting today. Think about it. Every small choice you make, what you eat for breakfast, how you move your body, when you rest, it all adds up. Your body isn't giving up on you. It's waiting for you to give it what it needs to rebuild and thrive. No matter your age, you can still wake up with energy, move without pain, and feel proud of the strength you've built. If you've learned something new today, or if this message gave you hope, then don't let it stop here. There's so much more I want to share with you about how to keep your body strong and your mind sharp as you age. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel and watch the next video. It's all about simple, science-backed foods that help your body heal, grow, and stay young from the inside out. Because aging isn't about slowing down. It's about getting smarter about how you take care of yourself. And together, we can make every year stronger than the last. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on future videos. I'd love to hear your thoughts. So drop a comment below and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.